Big Daddy, where does that come from?
Well, a nickname given to me, I'd say about 15 years ago, by someone a lot bigger than me.
Who gave you the nickname?
A former teammate of mine in college, Ben Jefferson.
In college, Big Daddy protected athletes in a much different way. He was an offensive lineman at the University of Maryland, where among those he protected was his college roommate and future NFL quarterback Neil O'Donnell.
When's the first time you remember meeting him?
1985. We were both in Maryland, and we just kind of clicked.
You were roommates at the University of Maryland, then he went to the Steelers, and you went with him.
I went the following year. We joke around. I said I became his valet.
I'm out there in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, not knowing anyone, just trying to get the feel for the whole NFL. And I'm talking to Big Daddy Rich pretty often, and he says, you kind of feel a little down and out. I think I'm going to come out and visit you. And I said, come on out. It'd be great, Rich. I'd love to see you. So he came out one weekend, and he ended up staying 3 years.
Big Daddy quickly became part of the O'Donnell family, developing an especially strong bond with Neil's father, Jack. As Neil's career in the NFL blossomed, so did his relationship with Big Daddy, especially when times got tough.
My father got sick and he had a stroke, and we were kind of at a crossroads. We had a lot of aides in the house, and some were helping my mom, and a couple aides were so-called maybe stealing stuff out of the home. So someone had the great idea of letting Big Daddy go and take care of my father.
Neil had come to me and said, I need you to do me a favor, and I, without hesitating, we were just that close. So I felt his father was like my father.
What do you remember of that time?
We'd get up early and we'd try to get him to do some rehab and, feed him, and then I would physically pick him up if he had to go to the bathroom, shower, whatever needed to be done, that's what I did.
Rich knew I couldn't take care of my father full-time due to the fact that I had to go play football, so he said, you know what, you go focus on your career, I will help out your mom.
And what sticks with you from that time?
That there's nothing tough on this planet. Because that was probably the toughest thing.
How did that relationship that you had with Neil, that you had with his father, set you up to what you're doing now?
Being that Neil was so likable and knew so many people, it was kind of like, guilty by association, so to speak. Oh, that's OD's boy. That's Neil's boy. That's Big Daddy. He's with Neil. That was what my big stepping stone into working with football players.
Salgado further established himself among athletes with his own clothing line called Big Daddy Gear. He had a Pro Bowl list of clients, but found the business long on networking opportunities, but short on profits. Salgado later expanded his network by developing Coastal Advisors, an insurance brokerage company specializing in disability insurance for athletes.
You're protecting your future. What happens if this is all done? If you can't play, what do you have in line?
People are always wondering, because you see athletes on motorcycles, athletes who have pursuits outside the sport, what's going to happen to these guys if they get in a wreck on a motorcycle and they can't play anymore?
You're going to have issues because the policies state that, you can't do X, Y, and Z. And if you do, it's going to be contested.
How much of your business is the college player now who's wondering, do I go back for my junior, senior year?
4 years ago, I did not do anything with college football players. The first person that came to me was Larry Fitzgerald. Then came Reggie Bush and a bunch of others. And this year, right now, I'm up to 10 kids already.
Oh, Lord, that is a serious knee injury for Willis McGahee.
Would you call that the Willis McGahee effect?
I think so. I would say, that happening was like, deer in headlights, and now everybody is aware of it.
Currently insuring over 70 NFL players, Salgado personally recruits many of his firm's clients. His genuine demeanor and honest dealings have endeared him to many athletes and created an impeccable reputation for Big Daddy that is shared throughout the league.
I just want to give Big Daddy the thumbs up for helping me and helping me get in this situation.
How would you describe the importance of word of mouth?
It's the most valuable thing that you can have. You know, being here in New York, I get players that I don't even do business with, but a client that's on that I have is on their team will say, hey, when you get to New York, call Big Daddy.
You were just at the rookie premiere, and so those are all the young guys who've just finally gotten a check in their hand, and now everybody wants to take their money from them. So how do you convince that guy that he needs something?
Well, I tell him I'm not here like all these other guys that want your money. I'm here to protect it. And if you really, really want to protect it, then you'll sit with me.